Welcome to Wife Reviews. This is going to be a segment where I'll watch my husband do something, or we'll do an activity together, or if we're having like an interactive date night, well, I will record what we do and give it a review. So, welcome, and I hope you enjoy. The first wife review would be our powdered donut date night. So we found a recipe. We decided that we're gonna try it 2 different ways, and we made some powdered donuts. And so here are my thoughts about that.
Pepper and mac and cheese. I remember Justice did that. Justice put all that down.
So babe, what are we making tonight?
We're making donuts.
Powdered donuts.
Powdered donuts.
And we're doing everything from scratch. And he is in my mixing bowl. Are the ingredients that we used. We also added 2 eggs. So we have powdered sugar, baking soda. We have a little bit of flour. We don't have that. We had some vanilla extract, buttermilk, regular flour, and then we added some cinnamon. Turn a little bit. Turn. No.
La tita.
La tita.
Azu I'm out of
So right now we're filling up the donut pan together. It has to be filled halfway, so and it's like a dough, so it's kind of hard to do.
You just gotta use your finger.
No, you don't want to get your finger all dirty. You might want to. You almost licked it, then you remember there's egg in it. I saw you.
Oh, I don't care. I've already licked it.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah.
You like the vanilla in there? Told you like vanilla. All right.
Justice, do I really look like the type of guy that's really worried about that type of stuff?
No.
Don't I look like the type of guy who probably like wouldn't mind
You're
drinking
right.
a raw egg every now?
This finger is
Yeah, the finger is a lot better. Like, just I have experience with using my fingers. Like, I have to be very precise with my fingers, because that's how I make my money.
You're doing a lot of licking. We're not sharing these with nobody. Just FYI, this is just for us. So don't be alarmed. We don't just lick our fingers when we cook food and then give it to people.
This is just us. This is nobody.
Also, so what we're doing, and I probably will talk about it when we talk about all the ingredients that we put in and how much. But basically, what we did, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try baking it, and we're also gonna try frying it. So me and Anthony have 2 different childhoods. I never made powdered donuts as a kid. If I wanted them,
have 2 different childhoods.
My mom would just go get them from the grocery store. My mom likes Food Lion, so it's probably would come from Food Lion. But Anthony, he, as a child, he was able to make these with his mom. So he was like, he wanted to try it fried. So I said, let's do both. This is the very first time I've ever made donuts. So if this comes out bad, don't judge me. Judge whoever came up with the recipe.
But that is amazing, though. Yeah. You look like you were sad.
When I was a kid?
Yeah, I
was sad.
You look like you were sad on like all of them, but like maybe one of them.
Babe, I was a sad kid. I told you that. I did not have the best childhood ever. I had the best mom, but my childhood was very, very sad. And I kind of talk about my testimony. So if you go and listen to some of my lessons, I talk about things. I went through a lot as a kid.
I think me having siblings is what really helped me, you know. Because the siblings, I don't know, it's just something about, you know, even when you ain't got nothing to do, you always got something to do, you know. Y'all go outside, y'all ain't got no game, no nothing, but somehow y'all done made a game out of who can collect the most berries off the tree and throw them at each other. I don't know, something.
Now you see why I want to have a lot of kids. And if I don't want just one kid, I want at least 2. Because it sucked growing up. I didn't get a brother until I was like 7.
Yeah.
And then my dad was in and out of my life, so I didn't get to see my brother that much. I talk more to my brother now than I did when we were kids. We preheated the oven to 350, so we're waiting on that. And then we're gonna do half and half. So half in this little donut pan, mini donut pan, and then we're gonna also fry donut holes. We'll see how these come out. They only gotta be in the oven.
We got more than enough to fry.
I know.
See what I mean?
Yeah, we'll make both. That's why I was like, you know what, that was a very good idea, very good suggestion.
Throw these in here.
Okay. You wanna grab this? Well, let's wash that. Yeah, you're right.
Deal with raw eggs, wash again. I actually never was that guy that actually ate raw eggs. I wasn't against it. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, babe, you can
talk.
You when I made brownies and I would lick it, you like, babe, that has egg in it. You don't want to do all that. You're gonna get salmonella.
I don't remember that.
I do. That felt stupid. I was like, whoa, he right.
I was just, I mean, a lot of people don't know it. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but.
You gonna put it in for me?
I did. I think I might have said, I said, you know, it's got raw eggs in it. Oh!
Yep. And they only got to be in there for 4 to 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Well, now it's... Alright, so now we're going to try frying.
So this is what we're going to do.
Do I need like a pot or something? Let me get this on too.
No. You don't need no.
So here I'm just trying to figure out what pan he would like to use. He was telling me that neither one of those really worked. I mean, he'll take that big one, but it's too big. So I go into the dishwasher and I pick out another one, and he's like, yep, that works fine. So now he's going in looking for some oil. I guess we fry a lot because we were short on oil. But he went ahead and added some oil to the pot, and there we are with that, you know, just putting oil in the pot. Want me to make balls?
Oh, no. Not yet. Turn this up. Alright. I need flour.
Actually, let's finish up. I got some flour in here that I want to use up.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to put the rest in that bucket. I've been using these containers now because I don't like having that stuff that's been sitting in the grocery store where people are touching it and stuff. So So I've been buying these containers and using these. So now Aunt is just putting in some flour into 2 like grocery bags from Walmart or Food Lion, and he is putting the flour on his hand so that the dough doesn't stick, or the donut dough doesn't stick to his hand. So he's putting the flour on his hand and he's rolling these balls. They're really big, so when they get into the oil, they ended up being very pancake-like. Sorry for the noise in the background. Anthony's heating up his dinner. And so I am checking on the donuts that are in the oven. They weren't cooked, which is why I said earlier that it ended up being more like 8 minutes, not the 5. So I tried to make it, and as you can see, it's sticking to my hand because I didn't put flour. And Anthony was like, Justice, why didn't you put some flour? And I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't put flour on my hands, so I had to go wash my hands and try again. So we start to fry, and as we are looking, it's looking good. The one that I did end up making and putting in there actually turned into a ball, which is really cool. But yeah, so far I'm liking the donuts that are in the oven, not so much what's being fried, but Anthony was like, let's just give it a chance. Let's do the whole thing and see how it comes out. So I took out the donuts in the oven and I basically went ahead and put them on a cooling type pan thing that I have so that it can cool. I'm also getting a plate ready with napkins that is going to allow us to let the donuts cool and all the oil soak out. You know, when you fry things, what you do. So now we are taking out the donuts and putting them on the plate so that it can cool. I am, again, like I said, very happy with what was in the oven, but I'm also kind of happy with the balls. So you'll see that in just a few moments. So yeah, try this if you ever want a date night. This is cool. So you can see our little donut balls. It looks like this. So me and Aunt made these here. That one's a little tiny one. And then we have this one. Okay, you can start taking those out because those are done. And then these are the ones that I baked. So they don't look as brown, but they are cooked all the way through. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put them in a bag full of this powdered sugar I have here and make them powdered.
Oh, you gonna put them in powdered sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I got you. And see, we used to use regular sugar.
Okay.
I got what you're doing though.
So while we are enjoying the donuts, we are not paying attention to the ones that are frying. So when we get back, we notice that they are starting to burn. So watch how we handle that. Here.
I got one. What the? Oh, still hairy up, baby.
Take that one.
You kind of going all over the place. Ain't trying to get like splashed with, yeah, grease.
Yeah, so we ended up having to take all of those donuts out. They were only burnt on one side, so Aunt said once they finished drying, he would just cut off the burnt side. So that's what we ended up doing. So now Anthony is getting the powdered sugar together, putting it inside the Ziploc bag. While he's doing that, I'm trying to go ahead and make some more balls since, you know, the first batch was kind of basically messed up and burnt on one side. And so as I'm doing that, the new ball that I put in there is starting to burn. And so Aunt's like, babe, like, look, it's burning. And he was like, it's the oil. So he's thinking I'm about to start a fire. And as you can see, this man has jokes. He's going to come up to this camera with his fire extinguisher spray. So now we put in the donuts inside of a Ziploc bag with powdered sugar. And so now we're just moving it around and getting the sugar to attach to the donuts.
Is this for the social media?
Mm-hmm. This is my first wife review.
A social media. You got to do the social media. Just the social
He's talking.
media.
So if you've ever watched the new Paynes, where they've moved from Atlanta to Florida, you would know what he's talking about. Anthony loves to quote movies. He does a very good job. You should actually see him do Denzel Washington. He does a really good job. I'm going to turn this towards you.
Why? Why?
Because I want you to do Denzel Washington.
It's fine. Let's go and put these things in there. So let's try these out.
So the first two. They're good. Now they're not too sweet. Okay. At first I didn't like it because I didn't think it was sweet, but the powdered, let them see what it looks like. So that's what the powdered donut looks like. So he likes it. So I think the original method is winning. You can only do 2 at a time, babe. So basically what I'll say is that this was a great day. I enjoyed what we did. We had fun. Anthony is hilarious. So my review for this was a 10 out of 10. Very fun, very tasty. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
What's the point of working if you can't eat what you want?
But you need to get on the camera when you say stuff like that because you are hilarious. This is a wife review.
I said, what's the point of working? You can't eat what you want. That's the whole point of working. You know, just go to the store, get whatever you want to eat. Some breakfast, some cereal, milk, grits, the whole nine.
I'm telling you, you're on a trend on social media. People gonna start seeing that some breakfast, some milk. You're gonna need to tell them the history behind that.
Grits. I can smell the bacon. Smell it.